everybody. So for today's and this week's yoga sequence, we're going to look at a little bit of compression work and how that can build ourselves up towards, for example, side crow or even crow pose. All right, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, as always. So try to have like a pretty diverse flow. Not necessarily in need of blocks. If you're used to using blocks, though, it's always good to have them by your side. But I think we're pretty good as far as like revolve triangle or no half moon in there. Otherwise, just try to have really nice, enjoyable practice. And again, we'll build towards side crow. We'll give some options when we get to that part at the end as well. All right, so find a comfortable spot on your mat. We'll start in Shavasana pose. All right, so you can relax by your side. You can allow the feet to flop out and the arms can come by your side as well. All right, so you want to find a really relaxed, comfortable position to start. If you'd like to keep the eyes open, you can. Otherwise, we'll close the eyes. We'll see if we can start to bring the thoughts inward. Let's see if we can block out all the other random thoughts that will pop in and out of the mind as we move through our practice. We'll see if we can just focus on the breath coming in and out through the nose and on the different sensations that come up in the body as a result of making these different stretches and poses and shapes. So with that in mind, we'll start off our practice with a nice inhale in through the nose. We're trying to pull the breath into the belly. The belly will expand in all directions on the inhale, and the belly will softly fall on your exhales. To see if you can elongate your breaths here. Longer, deeper inhales, longer, deeper exhales, until naturally the exhales start to become a little bit longer than our inhales. See if you can use this time lengthening your breath, maybe clearing your mind, or perhaps even setting an intention for your practice. We'll start to move in just a moment. Again, continue to elongate your breath. I'll take one more inhale. And a nice big relaxing exhale, let it go. All right, so when you're ready, we'll blink the eyes open. We'll start with a round of windshield wipers, feet flat to the floor, knees point up. Let's start to loosen up the lower back. We'll allow the knees to rock a few times to the left and a few times to the right. And then when you come back to center, we're going to extend the left leg along. We'll interlace the hands for wind liberating pose. Trying to pull the right knee in towards the right shoulder while keeping this left calf as flat to the floor as we can. The left foot is flexed. The right can be as well. And again, you're using your arm strength to gently pull this right knee in, kind of towards your right shoulder, and breathe. Really think about pressing the left heel. Again, left calf remaining straight the whole time. And then right knee is being pulled in. But just take this mental note in wind liberating pose. We are definitely using our arm strength here, all right, to pull the right knee in. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to begin to engage the proper muscles in your right hip flexor so that when you release the hands, your leg doesn't move. So now instead of using arm strength to hold the knee in, you're going to use leg strength. So when you're ready, carefully begin to release the grip on that right leg. Arms by your side, but keep it there. We'll hold for 3. Don't lose any ground. You should feel your right hip flexor really working. 2 seconds. And then on 1, you can relax the right knee. The left hand can hold the knee down. Roll onto your left side body. Hand holds the knee down on the ground. Right hand behind the head. Exhale and twist for this supine T-spine twist, trying to get the right elbow and right shoulder blade as close to the floor as you can. See if you can take 2 inhales. On the exhale, twist the upper body. 1 more inhale, fill the lungs. And then exhale, twist, twist, twist. All right, release. Ooh, waking up the right scap this morning. All right, we'll try a few windshield wipers. A few to the left and a few to the right. Once again. The next time you come back to center, we'll set up wind liberating pose. Left leg, interlace the hands 2 inches below left knee. See if you can right leg as straight as you can. Press the right heel away. Pull the left knee in towards left shoulder. We'll hold for 3. Again, your arms are doing the work here. We're pulling it in and keeping that right leg as straight as we can. 2, again, flexing the feet. Maybe in some circles here with the ankle. All right. Again, take that mental note. Use your arm strength to pull your left knee in to a range of motion that maybe you wouldn't be able to achieve using your own strength. Now, we're going to try to hold it there with the strength of our hip flexor. So, begin to get light in the left hand. Try not for the left leg to lose any ground and move away. We're going to hold here for 3. Really, really pull it in using the hip flexor strength. 2. And then on 1, supine twist. The right hand can guide the left knee down all the way to the mat. Left hand behind the head. On an exhale, twist. We're trying to get that left shoulder blade and left elbow as close to the floor as you can while maintaining this pressure down on the left knee. See if you can twist. Twist and twist. All right. Once again, release. We can take one more round of windshield wipers. Knees rock a little left. Knees rock a little right. All right. So this idea of compression, one leg at a time, we just compressed. All right. We tried to pull it in using our own strength. So when you get back to center, we're going to try to set it up like so. We're going to bend the knees without using your arms. Just try to hug your knees into your chest, but again, not with the arms. So pulling your knees in, again, using hip flexor strength. So try to pull them in and then begin to reach up to the ceiling. Palms are up. Tuck into a ball while pressing the imaginary floor away. We'll hold and tuck for 3. Press, press, press. 2. On 1, palms come down, windshield wipers. You do not need to have the feet touch. Perhaps you can perform them with the knees tucked into the chest, if you notice my feet are hovering right now, or you can take them with the feet down. We have options. All right, back to center. Set number 2. Reach the palms up, palms point to the ceiling, tuck and press. Think crow or crane pose for 3, 2, and 1. Arms by your side. We have 1 more to go. Knees can be tucked. Feet can be flat on the floor, or you can begin even to lengthen and extend the legs. The further the legs go, the more you need the help and assistance of the arms. We got a wall there. All right. So you can take your windshield wipers however you would like. Listen to the lower back. All right. 1 more round. Let's set it up. Knees are going to tuck. Press the palms up. So compress. Pull your knees in using core strength. We'll hold for 3. Even think heels to glutes. Press, press, press. 2. And on 1, release. Hopefully you feel the abdominals kicking in here. And again, 1 last round of those windshield wipers, a little left and a little bit right. Ooh, all right. Hopefully the core is pretty fired up. We'll hold on to knees or shins. We'll rock forward and back a few times, giving a nice little massage to the spine. We'll see if we can indeed rock ourselves all the way up. And then we'll take tabletop position so you can kind of just press yourself back using that fun move that we've been working on. All right. So for our wrist prep today, I'll turn to face the camera. We're going to see if we can have the same setup as last week with the hands and wrists. So fingers pointed to the edges of the mat, about 1 inch or 2 between the hands and wrists. And then we're going to try our wrist push-ups from this position today. So all the fingers stay flat to the floor, with the exception of the thumb, and then slowly the base of the palms tap down, pressing up high on first knuckle. Slowly the base of the palms tap down, high on first knuckle, slow. So just the base of the palms lift, the fingers stay flat, with the exception of the thumb, and maybe you have in this position ever so slightly, maybe a little bit more control. over how much weight is in the hands. And again, where you place your knees does make a big difference. Knees closer will make it easier, and knees further will make it a bit more challenging. All right, we'll try 3 more of these wrist push-ups. We'll shake out the hands and wrists in just a moment. So when you're ready, we'll indeed shake out the hands and wrists. Maybe some backwards or downward pressure on the backs of the wrist might feel good. Now we will now set up some cat-cows. And in class, I've been talking often about how we have a variety of ways to move the spine. So if you would like to start off with some cat-cows, feel free. We're going to offer side flexion today in addition to cat-cows. So we'll take 2 together, cat-cows. Inhale, look up to the ceiling, shoulders pull away, arch the lower back. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, around the spine, shoulder blades press up. Inhale, look up for cow pose, belly button presses down. Exhale, tuck and round for cat, like a scared cat, we round the upper back. Proceed at your own pace with more cat-cows. Another option is side flexion. Think left shoulder approaches left hip, and then right shoulder tries to meet right hip. Try to have both the shoulder and the hip moving, and it might feel like you're squishing or crunching your rib cage. Try to get as much movement left to right. So whereas the cat-cow, the spine moves perhaps more like the dolphin spine. In our side flexion, the spine moves more like the snake spine. All right. Bottom line is move the trunk as much as you can, and maybe even using some visualization to imagine what the spine is doing. All right, 1 more left, 1 more right. If you would prefer some more cat-cows or even rotating the spine, you know those are other options. You can rotate the spine. But again, maybe some more cat-cows. All right, finish up here with whatever way you're choosing to move the spine, maybe all of them. And then when you're ready, we can come back to neutral. We're ready to lift up into our first down-facing dog. Tuck the toes from tabletop. Down-facing dog. Feel free to move around for a little bit. Pedal out the feet. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Shake out the head yes. Shake out the head no. Any of these micro movements that feel good, please feel free to explore them. And then when you're ready, we'll begin to settle in and find some stillness. In down dog, we do want the feet about hip-width distance apart. The heels are actively pressing down towards the floor. The gaze is inward. Try to hold no tension in your head or neck. There's no need to hold tension in the head or neck. Let it hang. And then as a result, wherever your gaze is, that's what you're looking at. And fingers are spread wide on the mat. Heels pressing down. Again, no tension in the head or neck. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let's take a nice inhale here. Fill your lungs. A nice big exhale, let it go. And at the bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up, walk or step top of mat. Exhale and fold. If you like to grab opposite elbows, ragdoll arms, maybe a slight little bend in the knees, maybe some swaying, maybe a little bounce, whatever feels good for you in your body. And then you can release the arms, let them hang, a slight bend in the knees. We'll see if we can round up 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to standing, big inhale, reach up. Option for a back bend as you reach up and back. Big exhale, forward fold. All right, palms touch down, legs can be bent or straight. Padastasana from the front. Lift the front of both feet. Bury your palms underneath the front of the feet, so much so toes are touching wrist creases. From here, upper body hangs down. Begin to gently pull on the bottoms of the feet. Try to create space between your shoulders and ears. Elbows can move out to the side. Maybe the legs are straightening out for you. We'll hold for 3, 2. Release on 1. Palms touch down. Step, walk back. High plank or from the knees. Elbows in close. Chaturanga down. Take your inhale to upward facing dog. baby cobra or sphinx pose. Tuck your toes. Be sure to engage your midsection. Lift back. Down dog. We'll spend 3 breaths here. The bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up, walk or step, top of mat. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees, round up, Surya Namaskar A. Second round, inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold. Lead with the chest, hinge at the hips, palms touch down. Padastasana from the back. Squat down enough to get your stomach to rest on your thighs. This time lift both heels. Try to slide all 5 fingers underneath the heels. If that's not happening, then grab the calves or the Achilles. We're aiming to grab in the back of the legs, not necessarily on the sides. So with that in mind, begin to straighten out the legs. See if eventually you can get your stomach on the thighs, maybe the chest on the knees, maybe even the face on the legs below the knees. Right here at the very end, see if you can lock out your legs completely. Release. Palms touch down. Step or walk the feet back. High plank. Elbows in close. Chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, lift back. Downward facing dog. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 3 breaths. At the bottom of your next breath, bend your knees, look up, step or walk, top of mat. Exhale, fold. Slight bend, round up, 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to standing, inhale, arms rise. Hands are going to come together in prayer at the top, then down through heart center. When they hit heart center, chair pose. Utkatasana. Let's see if we can sit the butt down nice and low without falling back. We'll see if we can straighten out the spine. Twisted chair, left elbow outside of right thigh. Go ahead and set it up. If you like to gaze beyond that right elbow up towards the ceiling, you can stay here for a moment in your chair using your core and that left elbow to press yourself into the twist. Keep the weight in your front right foot. We're going to see if we can slowly send the left foot back under control. So, get it loose, get it going, send it back. Left foot touches down. Now we'll take easy twist. Left palm comes down. Right arm rises. Twist, twist, twist. Gazing up the fingertips. Now, last week's sequence, we did go from strong twisted warrior to warrior 2. So we've been here once before last week. Let's see how it feels in the body. See if from easy twist, engage your core. See if you can begin to lift the body up from there. Here it is. It's that strong twisted warrior from a week ago. Breathe. Twist, twist, twist. And once again, warrior 2. We'll only be here for a breath or 2 this week, but windmill the arms. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2 pose, sink it down nice and low. And then for this week, skater's lunge. So reach away from you. Press the hips back. We'll hold here for 3, 2. Palms touch down on 1. Right foot pivots to face the side of the mat. Exhale and forward fold. For this round, really try to focus on the compression aspect. So try to focus on your chest pulling through your legs. So gravity definitely helps when we're in this position, but you can use your strength, your core strength, your quads engaging. Your belly can help to pull you into compression. So the chest moving through, not just by relaxation, but by strength. Trying to pull the chest through. We'll hold for 3. Really, really try to get upper and lower body as close together as you can. 2. And then on 1, we'll release by looking up halfway. Let's see if we can round up. We're going to pivot on the feet all the way to the right. So I'm going to pivot on the feet and keep pivoting until we're in this dragon squat. We'll hold here for 3. Really bend the knees. 2. Under control. See if you can pivot back. Exhale, forward fold. Be here for a breath this time. Alright, let's release by looking up halfway. Left foot steps to the top of the mat to meet the right foot. We're facing the side of the room. See if you can come up high on the balls of your feet while sitting the butt down for this high heel squat. All right, focus on one spot on the floor that's not going to move. Heels up, knees up, without resting your forearms on your knees. See if you can bring hands to prayer. We'll hold for 3. 3 very long seconds. 2. Whoop. All right, we have options on 1. You could absolutely turn to face the top of the mat at this time and take crow pose or crane pose. Those are things we've been kind of building up towards a little bit up to this point. Also a good amount of twist, so this idea of side crow. So facing the side of the mat, I would turn my upper body, and I really got to try to, especially this left elbow, try to get it up here on this shelf. So I'm going to plant my palms down, and the fingers are turned out. That is important. All right, I have to lean forward. And if I can lean forward enough, perhaps I can rest on that shelf. Now, technically we have a twist here, so my gaze would be going forward. You can stay here tucked. Maybe you can always extend both legs out as well, or maybe even you could do one versus the other. All right, so if you want to play here for a little bit, please feel free to play there. Side crow, little Kundinyasana. It just depends on the leg positioning that you do. Give that a shot. Have fun with it. We'll eventually come back to either a chaturanga or a child's pose or down dog. All right? Do your thing at home. We'll eventually meet back. Let's set it up. We have one more side to go through. All right. Hopefully you're having some fun with that one. Side crow is usually a fun one. Involves definitely some compression and a twist. So give it a shot. If you want to press pause for a moment, press pause. We'll be right here for you when you get back. All right. Otherwise, when you're ready to come back to down dog, we'll come back to down dog. Breathe while pressing those heels down towards the floor. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, let it go. And at the bottom of your breath, bend your knees, look up, walk or step, top of mat. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Round up one vertebrae at a time. Big inhale at the top. Hands will touch in prayer down through heart center. When they hit the heart center, chair pose. Right elbow outside of left thigh for the twist. Maybe gazing beyond the left elbow towards the ceiling. Use your core to hold you here. Now, to transition smoothly, keep the weight in the front left foot. See if you can lean forward. Get that right foot light enough that you can send it to the back of the mat. That will bring you into your twist. And then you can take easy twist by releasing the right palm down. Left arm rises. Easy twist. Breathe, particularly the exhales. Try to rotate the torso up to the ceiling. Right heel presses back. Breathe. All right, take this transition slowly. So we're going to stay in the twist, but the torso is going to lift up. So get light in the right fingertips. See if you can rise. And then further rotate, sinking it down. Core twists the upper body. We'll hold for 3, 2. And the windmill, the arms, Virabhadrasana. 2, warrior 2 pose. We'll be here for 2 breaths. Sink it down, breathe. Skater's lunge. Press the hips back, reach away from you. We'll hold for 3, 2. Palms touch down, left foot pivots on 1. This time you can forward fold as we did last time, or torso twist. Left palm will touch down on the mat or yoga block. Inhale. Right arm rises. Again, try to use your core strength to help twist, twist, and twist. Right hand comes down. Right palm touches down, block or floor. Inhale, left arm rises. See if you can gaze up the left fingertips. Twist, twist, and twist. Left palm comes down. We can round up. All right, we're turning to the left this time for that dragon squat. Pivot, pivot, pivot on the feet, sink it down as you twist. Maybe you can see the back of the mat. We'll hold for 3, 2, sink into it, breathe. On 1, you can rotate back. Exhale, forward fold this time for a breath. See if you can again walk the hands through. Think about compression, compression. Release by looking up halfway. Right foot is going to step up to meet the left foot. We'll sit down into this squat. So from this position, you'll see heels up. Spine is straight. Don't rest the forearms on the knees. Stare at one spot on the floor. Focus your balance, your attention, staying on the balls of the feet. Heels up, knees up also. We'll hold this for 3 now. Lots of concentration, 2. All right, on 1. If you would like to set up side crow one more time, you saw how that would look. We would rotate the body, try to set it up, make that shelf. And then if you want to prefer to work on crow pose, well, no twisting involved. Spread the fingers wide, elbows insides of knees. We would be leaning forward. You can keep the toes down until the day feels like maybe the feet are ready to lift up for crow pose. So side crow, chaturanga, or child's pose. We have about 4 options. Take any one of those. We'll eventually meet you back in down facing dog. All right, great job, everybody. Great job. All right, do your thing. We'll eventually find our way back to down dog. Just a little bit to move through here. After your next inhale and next big exhale, let's carefully drop down to the knees. We'll set up 2 camels. So we'll come standing on the knees. Knees are about hip width distance apart, palms in your back pockets, elbows coming really close together behind you. You can keep the neck neutral or allow the head to drop back. Inhale, lift up. Gently begin to press your stomach, hips, and thighs forward as the chest lifts up and back, only reaching for the heels. If you Feel like that's okay on the lower back. Pressing the hips forward, chest up. We'll hold camel for 3. Think about opening the front of your body. 2. Come out slow. So one hand to the lower back, the other hand can plant the palms down, maybe taking a soft child's pose here, not maybe going all the way into it, but maybe just pressing the spine, perhaps a little left and a little right. All right, let's set up one more camel. I'm going to give you some options of how you finish off your practice whenever it is that you're performing your practice. All right, elbows coming together, hands in back pockets. Inhale for camel. Lift up. Gently press stomach, hips, and thighs forward. Maybe reaching for heels if that feels okay. Throat lifting up, chest lifting up, hips pressing forward. Open the front of your body for 3, 2. Beautiful. Let's come out on 1. Maybe again another soft child's pose. All right, everybody. So I am trying to make these Patreon sequences a bit shorter. So if you do come to class, there will be a little bit more in there, definitely more detail. But I am trying to make them shorter as per requests of some students to just say, like, at home I don't have a lot of time. I can't sit for 50 minutes or 55 minutes. I get it. I'm trying to keep them shorter. The other thing, too, is I did want to end this particular sequence with some camels so that if you do want to now start moving into a few back bends on your own at home, please take some back bends, whether that's Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheels, anything you're working at, bridges, or anything at all. All right. I hope you like this sequence. I have a lot of fun teaching side crow. It's a fun one. I think it's kind of like one of the earlier on arm balances as well. After we figure out crow pose, side crow. Very similar, it just involves a twist, and also this idea to tuck into a little ball and get compressed is very important. A lot of times in our yoga we talk about elongating, also important, but the opposite approach, can we get compressed as well? So please, guys, any back bends of your choice or any arm balances or anything you want to work on at this time, but please leave yourself 3 to 5 minutes for your final Shavasana and final rest. If you have ever any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. Thank you as always for continuing with this Patreon account. I want to do my best to keep it up there. Please continue to subscribe, and if you have any friends or family members that are interested, please let them know as well. Otherwise, 3 to 5 minutes and final rest. Guys, peace. Namaste. Have a great, beautiful, beautiful weekend. Peace, namaste. Thank you so much. Later on.